Here we go. Spoiler alert, audience. Hi, everybody. Hi. Welcome back.
You too.
Blast from the past. Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. There they are. Hi, everybody. Good to be back in the studio. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Brand new week. Good to be back in the studio. Hi. Hi. I missed you. Good to be back in my bed. Have a seat, everybody. Welcome to the show. Good to be back. Thank you. Have a seat. Let's get started. It is Monday, a brand new week. We're getting toward the end of October. Kindle is off. We'll talk about that in just a second. But look who's here. It's our buddy Shane.
It's good to have you back in the studio.
Did you hear me pause there? I almost said our old buddy Shane, but nobody likes to be referred to as old, so I took that word out. But our young friend Shane, it's good to see you. It is good to see you look across the studio and see your face again. How you doing?
Same to you.
Thank you.
It was good. It was not the same without you here on Friday.
You did,
doesn't feel right.
I think all the people watching would agree. You and Tom did a great job. Thank you for filling in. I appreciate it. We talk about it all the time.
You had quite the week.
Yeah, I had quite the week. It was a lot of fun, and for those who missed the shows last week, we do a giant charity project with my radio station called Project Down and Dirty, where we it's a great project. Every year we take on a new stepping out of your comfort zone challenge. We put on a musical in 3 days. We joined the military for 3 days one year. Yeah. And it's part reality show and part charity event. And this year it was announced that it was Masterpiece at the Minneapolis College of Art and Design. And at first, because I'm not very artsy, I was like, oh, okay, this will be a relaxed one. We got to Friday night. That was the big gallery, big event. It all culminates into a big event. We got to the gallery opening, and I was really overwhelmed. I was really overwhelmed with everything. I mean, people were very nice at the party, and we made 2 pieces of art. We made a bronze casting, which I think we have a picture of. This is what our show did. This is the video of it. This is the live auction with our buddy Shannon, who's an actual auctioneer. Listen to this, everybody. That bronze casting went for $1,400.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was very proud. There it is right there. We named it Charity Baby. Charity Baby. But it was just great. And I learned so much about art. I learned so much about the great students at MCAD. I learned so much about MCAD. I mean, the amount of alum that have come from there. Lizzo's creative director went to MCAD. Pixar animators came from MCAD. West Elm designers. Do you like the chair you're sitting in? That's an MCAD student. And I thought, I said this on the radio. I don't know if I said it here on the show, but I thought, I said, people at home are probably thinking, oh, Betty, art doesn't affect me. And I thought, this hit me as I was walking into MCAD one day. Even if you're not artsy, art affects us all. If you like the shape of your iPhone, that's art. Somebody designed that. Do you like the couch you're sitting on right now watching this show? That was designed by somebody. Do you like, when you watch, this is always the example I use, do you like Game of Thrones and do you get excited when you watch that opening title and you hear the theme song? That animation was designed by an artist. So art affects all of us. And we should be, you know what I mean? And the fact that we have MCAD in our city it's a jewel. I was so proud. Another reason to be proud to be from the Twin Cities. That school is phenomenal for all the reasons I just listed and many more. The students, the faculty, everyone was very kind to the Jason Show. They were kind to my talk. So if they're watching, thank you very much. And to all of you that donated to the various arts charities, because that's really what this was all about. Thank you for your generosity yet again. Another successful year. Thank you very much. Anyway, but I'm back, a little tired. You're kind of camping when you do it. I lived, not in your
You're
bed.
outside in a tent?
No, I mean, I wish. No, I actually don't wish. But no, you're a little out of here. So this weekend, I slept like a bear. But I'm still getting back into my routine. So I'll be fine by Wednesday, I promise. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go. Well, it was, feel good to do that again. It was a special event on Watch What Happens Live last night. Ooh, I know. Andy Cohen welcomed Teresa and Joe Giudice, whatever the name is this week, on his show for the first time since Joe was released from prison. Now, he was appearing via satellite in Italy, because, you know, he had to leave the country, and Andy asked if they regretted being on the show, The Real Housewives, to begin with. Look at this.
There's a possibility that without it, you two would be in Jersey together.
You know what? I don't.
Well, Teresa always wanted to be on television. She always wanted to be a movie star since she was a little girl.
Do you regret it, Joe?
I mean, she got her wish, which is good.
Joe, do you?
Yeah, I tell you the truth, I wish I never would have done it. Yeah, I wish I never would have done it. I had a great life before. You know, the show actually just brought a lot of attention to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it did.
Just having a house like that alone just brings a lot of attention.
It's not to say that you wouldn't have gotten caught if you
It was probably
weren't on
the best
show.
thing that ever happened to you, Andy. All right? Andy, the best thing that ever happened to you was that we, you know, started this housewife thing. I don't think anybody even knew what this housewife thing was before we started
No,
it.
there was Orange County and New York before you. And the
that's
best
it.
thing that happened to me was
Yeah,
the
but
birth
nobody-
of my son.
Yes.
Snap, 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 snap,
The
snap.
shade.
Yeah, that's the Zero snap from Men on Film. Yeah. Well, it's true. I don't think I've watched other interviews with Joe and Andy. I don't think there's any love lost between the two of them. And Andy's right. New Jersey was the third in line, and it was already a pop culture phenomenon when they decided to do Jersey. But hey, Joe does have a point. We have said this before, and I know you don't watch the shows. These shows wreak havoc on every type of relationship, whether it's friendship or marriage. Look at Kyle Richards and Lisa Vanderpump. It rips through. Look at New Jersey. Teresa doesn't speak to half her family. You know what I mean? The Manzo family, they don't talk because of The Real Housewives. So, you know, you may get a lot of money for it, but you pay for it in another way.
Well, even Joe doing this interview, he didn't have to do the interview.
No.
Clearly he didn't want to be there.
No.
But he still did it. Bet they paid some money.
What's in your, may I ask what's in your cooler there? Is that tea?
My cooler. It's tea.
Is that tea?
Yeah.
I wonder if it was a
try
screwdriver
it?
or something. Audience, weren't you wondering if she's like, oh, I'm only back for the
Mama's
week.
up.
Give me Mama's back. That's right. Oh, we should say, I mentioned this, I didn't get to it. Shane's here. We gotta let's take a shot of the audience. Let's all wave to Kendall. She's at home recovering. Hi, Kendall. She's having a Kim Kardashian lip injection.
Yep.
That's right.
You're horrible.
It's a joke, audience. She's beautiful. No, she told me I could do that joke. But anyway, no, she had knee surgery because she's all athletic girl. She does football and baseball and pole vaulting and I don't know. Yeah. But she's athletic, so she's getting, is it one or both knees?
One.
Just one knee? Okay, so I love you, sweetheart. She's watching from her couch with her little puppy. Love ya. Next in the dish, drama on the set of the Great British Baking Show. This after one of the judges made an offhand joke that did not go over well with some folks. Look at this.
It's crispy puff, nicely set shoe buns, and you've got that softness coming from the Chaboost and from the Chantilly.
The combination is fantastic.
Diabetes on a plate.
This is worth every single calorie you pour.
Okay, so that's, if you missed it, that's Judge Paul Hollywood. The episode aired early last week in the UK and immediately prompted outrage. He has since apologized, I think 3 times I have counted. The comment was he referred to the overly sweet thing as diabetes on a plate. Folks jumped on Twitter and were people that have family that are suffering, people that have diabetes, did not find that funny. I have to say I have 2 family members that have diabetes and different types of diabetes. And I asked them, I'm like, I need a gauge on this. And I think I'm going to have an unpopular opinion. I get why you would be, if you have diabetes, you might not find it funny because, you know, jokes are subjective. But the outrage over it, I mean, Netflix had to re-edit the episode, and Paul had to apologize 3 times. I think it's a little, I think it's a little excessive. I don't think he meant anything bad for it. And I have to admit, I've heard that joke and kind of giggled. You know what I mean? I've heard people make that reference quite often. Does it make it right? No. But I think the reaction, I think, is a little overboard. What do you think?
I agree, but I also think now when I hear someone make that joke, because I'm like you, I will think about it differently. And I have family members with diabetes too.
Yes.
My cousin wouldn't be offended by that, but I know there are people that are.
Yeah, nowadays you do have to check yourself. I literally, right before I came out, a very nice woman wrote me an email about the use of the word crazy. You know, she's like, I don't like that word. I think it advances the stigma. And I never really thought about that. And I thought, okay, I get how that might be offensive or wince-inducing. So I get all that. I just think the 3 apologies, the re-editing, doing a shaking hand tour to say I think it's a little excessive for what he did. You know, just a little bit.
I never thought you would have to think about using the drama horn when talking about the Great British Bake Off.
I know.
Whatever it is.
Well, then
it's like the least dramatic show in history.
Well, then let's end it on a different note. So here's a happy note too. By the way, we're not going to tell you who went home, but the new rumor is that Henry and Michael are dating. I know you don't watch it. If you do watch it, this is your mouth right now. That's what you're doing. Yeah. There are pictures. Here, take Shane's camera. Let me recreate.
Are we?
Now, audience, you tell me if this proves they're dating. Shane, may I? Do I have permission?
I don't know.
Turn
What's going to happen?
Act like you're in a mixing bowl. Act like you're mixing, okay? This is Henry and Michael.
Oh, yeah, that's a little tight. It's a little close.
We're dating now.
No need for
We're dating now.
Now
That's right.
yours.
Okay, let me walk back here.
Side note, have you
That
ever
was
mixed
fun.
like this?
I like that. Because I love
So
Shane. I
natural.
miss her. That was fun. Anyway, we have a lot more to come. Stay right there, everybody. Back after this. Coming up, more hot dish straight from the oven. First up, Ben Affleck slips with his sobriety. TMZ has the details of what happened. Then, he was one of TV's greatest dads in the 90s. Comedian and Full House patriarch Bob Saget will join us live to talk about hosting the new Nashville Squares. And she's my buddy and a Miss Minnesota favorite. Mikayala Holmgren is back to make us smile with a preview of a new project she's working on. Stay right there. We'll be right back.
I see some fish slapping here. Oh. Got a low, right? Oh! What do you mean? What? Come on, that's higher than a queen. All right, be gentle, dude.
Sorry, you can get this side too.
No, I would. Low. You gotta be kidding me!
In the name of salmon and mackerel, the day is mine. I got myself too.
Welcome back. Jimmy Fallon and John Cena playing a game of fish slap last night after the football game.
Nope.
You know what I think when I see the stars? I love it. Thank you for providing us with content. But do you ever think that stars wish that they were alive in the days when you would just go on
sit.
Johnny and talk?
Yes.
You know, now they get
slapped with a fish.
Yeah, they get hit with like an orange roughy.
Or
You know what I mean?
eating rotten things.
Yeah, they have to eat like hamster rear ends. You know what I mean? It's like, the audience is just, I just picked an animal. I don't know. I'm going to have to apologize to that woman a little bit later. Yeah, anyway. But no, you know what I mean? That's what I always think about. Like, the stars are like, really? Do I have to, like, go on a pogo stick down Michigan Ave?
Next week on The Jason Show, what are we going to be doing? We got to step it up. No one's just going to sit on our couch anymore.
You know what? Yeah.
Next level.
I know we'll do. I want to see how many Arby's beef and cheddars a guest can eat. You know what I mean? Just so, yeah.
While doing the interview.
Yeah. How many? Because I love a beef and cheddar. That is, good mood food. You know, on Mondays we get a special serving, a hot dish all the way from Hollywood. Everybody give it up for Sean from TMZ. Hi, Sean.
Hey, Jason, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Great, thank you.
So first up, this is sad. There's no laughing, no jokes on this one. Ben Affleck fell off the wagon. What happened?
Yeah, that's right. So we got some footage of him out on Saturday night after he was attending a Halloween party in West Hollywood. It was the UNICEF masquerade ball. He seemed to be, possibly intoxicated. He was seeming not to be able to maintain his balance, stumbling a little bit, not really speaking too much to the cameras there. But again, we didn't really know whether or not that was an issue where he had gone off the wagon, whether he had lost his sobriety. But the following day, we actually caught up with him and asked him about the previous night, and he said, it was very honest about it. Opened up and said, I had a stumble, but I'm not going to let it derail me, which is really admirable. And that's what I think a lot of other people, struggling with addiction also, need to hear. And he's just been very forthcoming and honest about his own struggles with it. So glad to see that he's doing well and is, get back to his work and recovery.
Absolutely. Yeah. Next up, David Schwimmer had an unwanted visitor at his house in New York. What happened?
Yeah, so this is a very interesting story. So 29-year-old Eric Rosa was arrested Sunday morning for weapons possession and criminal trespass. This is all having to do with David Schwimmer's house in the East Village in New York. So we're told that this man made his way to a ledge that was connected to David's building through a neighboring property, and then he fell into David's backyard. And then he took a brick once he was in the backyard and smashed his way into the building. Oh. So a little bit of an unwelcome entry there for David.
Just slightly. That's a little weird. Yeah. Next up, a good friend of Kim Kardashian has a new name.
That's right. So Jonathan Cheban, he is one of Kim Kardashian's best friends, has been for a long time. He has long been known as the Food God. That's actually his handle on social media as well, uses it in his podcast. Well, now he has officially filed legal docs in the state of Florida to change his name to Food God. He is no longer going to be Jonathan Cheban. He is going to be Food God under the state law. So now it's going to, be perfectly integrated with the rest of his social media and his brand, I guess.
Really? Sean, come on.
I mean, listen, it's a choice.
Really?
It's a choice.
Thank you. It is a choice. It is a choice.
I feel like that's where I'm going to land to be politically safe on this one.
You are very wise, my friend. Sean from TMZ, thank you, buddy. Have a good week. Sean's really fun to follow on Instagram, by the way. If you don't follow Sean, he's really good. Yeah. He's a good one to follow. Yeah. Next,
ripping that mic
I still hear him. Did he hear me say that? Anyway, yeah. It was a compliment. Thank God it was a compliment. No. Whatever, Shane. Next in the dish, Chance the Rapper did double duty on Saturday Night Live over the weekend, serving as host again and musical guest. And one of the better skits of the night was this dark commercial. Look at this.
Got anything good to eat, Jason?
Oh, I don't know. Let's find out. Let's see. We got chips, popcorn, cookies, fruit snacks.
Awesome!
Chocolate snaps, crispy cakes, nut fudgies.
Snackalicious!
We've got lemon sours, lime sours, cereal bars.
Where are your parents?
On vacation. Roasty toasties.
Without you?
Yep. S'more snacks, wingo dingoes, prune poppers, mini muffins, pizza pieces, yummy crunchers, razzy tazzies, topsy turvies, jolly jammers, la tostada, munch mix, little bitties, corn crispies, high holes, cocoa nibs, rough and puffies.
Smells kind of weird in here, right?
No. Crunchy cakes, cherry berry bars.
What's in the fridge, Jason?
Nobody is. Fudge flipsters.
What do you mean, nobody? What did you do to your parents?
Tasty toaster tarts?
Awesome!
Oh, critics gave Chance a second time hosting some mixed reviews. My buddy Alexis on the radio show, she's so funny. She goes, "Can I say something?" And I go, "Yeah." She goes, why isn't SNL funny anymore? And I was like, ooh, she did not like this week's episode. It was mixed.
Like always.
Yeah.
Hits and misses.
I know. The thing is, Kate McKinnon basically does all the best characters now. Her and Edie Bryant. Yeah.
She can't leave.
No, she can never.
She can't leave.
No. But that always happens. There's always one or two that kind of carries the load generationally. I mean, think of all the characters that Dana Carvey did. Will Ferrell carried the water for a while. You know, there's always that case. Well, next in the dish, we're getting a first look. Oh, oof. This is so good. At BBC's 3-part miniseries, it's a new take on Dracula. And oh, look at this.
You're doing very well.
Ooh. That looks really... Half the audience just went home. That's right. Dracula premieres in the UK in December, and as for those of us here in the US, it's coming to Netflix, but we do not know when. I hope soon, because as you saw on the little title card there, if you love Sherlock with Benedict Cumberbatch, you'll like this. It's from the same people. And this team is really, really, really good at television. And I love it. It's supposed to be very close to Bram Stoker's original Dracula story. So, do you like...
Can we leave, like, fingernails alone, though?
I know. Oh, I know. That's
like that Black Swan scene, I know. Remember that movie?
That and
Ugh,
turning
that, like,
the fingernails...
never left my brain.
Like hobbling, like when Kathy Bates did that in Misery. I know, I just brought up hobbling on the show, but you know what I mean? But this looks really good.
Perfect for Halloween.
Perfect. Well, I know, but we're not
here.
going to get it right now.
It's not right.
It's going to be a while. So you can see the whole trailer again on YouTube. Next in the dish, Elton John. Elton John pulled the plug on his performance in Indianapolis over the weekend, telling fans he was, quote, extremely unwell. His mother-in-law, Gladys, died on Thursday night, and in a social media post, he said he was in no shape to go on with the show. A new date will be made up in the spring of 2020. Yeah, before that, before we found out about Gladys, when you hear someone say, I'm extremely unwell, I thought, oh, God, I hope nothing, health-wise is wrong with Elton. But Gladys, bless her heart, that's what it's all about. So
it's all about Gladys.
It's all about Gladys, yeah. Well, I thought to myself, well, I forgot there's an age difference between Elton and his husband, because I was thinking, no offense, but Elton, I'm like, Elton's mother-in-law's still alive. How old is she? You know what I mean?
How old is his partner?
What is the Dave?
Sorry, I'm asking.
No.
Where's our research team at?
There is, the research team is working hard right now, Googling as fast as he can. But yeah, there is an age difference between.
Okay.
57.
I like Jeff was gonna just
50.
give you
I know Jeff's giving me numbers. He's 57. Yeah, 57 years old. So that makes sense that Gladys was still with us for a while. Yeah. Anyway, well, Elton John fans get those. They'll make up for it. That's all. Can you imagine trying to reschedule a whole
a year in advance?
No. Still ahead, everybody. We're chatting with America's dad, Bob Saget, about his new show, and then former Miss Minnesota USA contestant Mikayala Holmgren is here to talk about a fashion show she's hosting tomorrow night in Stillwater. We'll be right back, everybody, on this Monday morning. Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Don't forget, Thursday is our big Halloween show. We're very excited for it. I think you're going to like this year's little combo costume. Shane and I are working it up. I'm wondering how Shane is doing with her costume, but if you want to be a part of our audience this week, it's very easy. All you have to do is go to our Facebook page, hit that ticket tab. You're in by 9:15 and you're out by 11:15. And if you're watching and you're a big old business and you want to have a company outing, we take groups as well. You kind of see what it's like to put together a little talk show here. You get to meet the crew, and we would love to see you. Again, just hit that ticket tab on the Jason Show Facebook page, and all you have to do is search for Jason Show TV. We're having fun, aren't we, audience? That's right, yeah. You can meet Aaron Schwab, maybe get a mug, because Aaron loves when people ask about the mugs. That's right, Aaron. Literally, Aaron could be in the hospital getting her foot worked on, and people would come up to her and say, can I get a mug? Can I get a Jason Show mug? So sincerely, she's been, you have to kind of come here and win to get one. Well, just don't ask her at Target. Now, our next guest is a TV legend. He played Danny Tanner on Full House and served as the host of America's Funniest Home Videos, but now Bob Saget is hosting a new show on CMT called Nashville Squares, and it will feature some very familiar faces. Look at this.
Okay, it's time, y'all, for some country grammar.
Got it.
When some folks hear something surprising or shocking, they say, well, butter my butt and call me what?
So I noticed it's butter my butt and call me biscuit.
Yes!
Ah, do you agree or disagree with that?
I'm going to agree. I think it's biscuit.
I'm not.
Well, joining us, the host of Nashville Squares. Audience, give it up for Bob Saget, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, Bob.
I'm not worthy.
Listen.
You got a whole audience. I love you guys.
Bob, Minneapolis sure loves you, Bob.
Well, I come to Minneapolis. I was there last year. I've always come to Minneapolis. I perform in theaters there. I'll be coming back. I'll be coming back in 2020 because I'm doing a whole tour and getting ready to do a new special. So I'm on tour.
Oh,
doing
perfect.
Stand-up, and I think I'm a little cleaner than I was. I don't understand it. I don't get it. But I've also, I got a lot going on, and this Nashville Squares came out of nowhere. So I said, I'll do this. This is, it's got Tanya Tucker sitting there and Marie Osmond, and then it's got my comedian friends, Fortune Feimster, Lonnie Love, Bill Engvall, Caroline Ray, and a lot of people that everybody knows. Kyle Busch, the race car driver out of Indy. I met him in a restaurant one night. We exchanged cell phone numbers, and then he texted me the day before, we're filming Nashville Squares, and he goes, I'll see you tomorrow. I go, what? I didn't even know what was going on. But it's a free-form show. There's no script. That's why I wanted to do it. I've been offered Hollywood Squares before. My buddy Tom Bergeron did it beautifully. But I like game when it's done in a totally free-form way. And I'm the announcer. Here comes your host, me. It's like, it's just fun. And it's on Friday night. And it's 7 o'clock in the Minneapolis, which is pretty exciting.
Well, speaking of freeform...
And that's good. That means you can watch it with the kid. You can watch this. There's innuendo, but they won't know.
Well, they won't know. No.
My innuendo.
And you mentioned it being freeform. Now, I'm a nerd of old TV. I used to love Gary Marshall, not Gary Marshall, but, oh my God, Mr. Marshall doing the original Hollywood Squares. I don't remember...
Peter Marshall.
Peter Marshall.
And then...
I don't remember Whiskey.
And then John Davidson, and then...
I don't remember Whiskey behind Mr. Marshall.
And then, somebody. Then I think it went away after Tom Bergeron for a while.
Yeah. No.
And they have Hip Hop Squares because it's Viacom over on VH1, and then they decided, let's do Nashville Squares. And I got all these, Tanya Tucker in the center square, and she's got a drink with her, and she's got Dennis Quaid's dog on her lap, and she's laying down, and half the people are drinking booze on the air, having a party. And then the other half, the people have already been to rehab, so they got their life together. And so they're just having seltzer. But there's games involved, but it's not the games that are annoying. It's just stuff, and it's how I reflect off of it. And they said they wanted me just to let me riff and have some fun, and I really did. I'm actually really happy I did it, and I hope we get picked up, and we would do it in Nashville. It's just cool there.
I love the concept. Yeah, what I was saying was we have a little bit of a delay. I watch all the classic ones on reruns, and I don't remember Peter Marshall having bottles of whiskey behind him. I love this.
No, these people had them under the desks. Charlie Weaver and Wally Cox were drinking under the desk. I'm not sure. It might have been marijuana. I don't know. But, sorry, I can quiet a room. A morning show audience, I can quiet the room.
No, they're loving you, Bob. No, they're loving you.
There they are.
You have.
And now and I'm finishing up Fuller House. We got the last. We've been on Netflix for 5 years. And we did the first 9. That'll be on end of this year. And then beginning of next year, they'll start the last 9. And I'll film the last one in a couple weeks. And I'm excited about that. Then I got the Dirty Video show coming on that other network that I used to be on, and that'll come on in the winter spring. It's like Game of Thrones, is what they tell me. Winter spring. But this Nashville Squares is happening now. It's happening Friday, and they're running 2 episodes, not just one, because if you can't get enough of me, you'll have enough of me.
I love this. I love when they bring back the older shows with the new twist. And the fact that, and you have our buddy Melissa Peterman. She's a good friend of ours. I saw Melissa up in there. She's hysterical, isn't she, Bob?
She's so sweet. And I knew her from Reba because I was doing a show, but I also did a show called Surviving Suburbia that she was on. And I'm crazy about her. She's a great, great person.
Yeah.
And very, very funny. There's a lot of people on this show that people will know. I'm looking at all the names here. There's so many names. There's Dina Carter, and there's Catherine Bach and Tom Wopat did a Dukes of Hazzard contestant against each other. And and they both wore cutoffs, so that was kind of fun.
Bob Saget, everybody, watching Nashville Squares on Friday on CMT. As Bob said, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock here in Minneapolis. I would watch the Dukes of Hazzard reunion. That was great. Because we should maybe one Halloween we should do Dukes of Hazzard, and I'll be Daisy Duke. I'll do the Daisy Dukes, that's right. Nobody wants to see that, nobody. Still ahead, everybody. You don't believe me. I'll show you who I ran into this weekend, and it is still giving me chills when we return. Back in a moment, everybody. Ain't nobody want to see that. Welcome back, everybody. Look who's here. Shay to see her.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey. How are you doing on I was just mentioning our big Halloween show on Thursday.
Right.
And it just so happens Kendall's off, so you're doing it again, because last year we were, and we'll show the picture on Thursday, we did Supermarket Sweep.
That was great. That was one of my favorite shows growing up.
How you doing on this year's?
Well, you pick the theme.
Yes, yeah.
And so I'm doing some research.
You are? Okay, I'm excited to see.
It'll be unexpected.
I kind of know, I think I know what you're doing,
Do
and
you?
I'm very excited to see you. And we're not going to see each other until the day, but that's Thursday. Today, though, only a few days to go until Halloween, but many people celebrated this past weekend. I was just telling my friends here, including the city of Anoka, which I'm sure a lot of you know is the Halloween capital of the world. Yeah. Now, before we roll this video, so they had their world-famous Halloween parade on Saturday. I was there, and we're standing there. It's a beautiful, sunny day, and all of a sudden, my mother-in-law goes, "Girl, look behind you." And I turned around, and I saw this. This random guy is standing. See the guy way in the back? He's dressed as Halloween's Michael Myers. And he's just standing there. Look at those kids! Those kids are like, what is going on? That kid's like, should I go up? No. And guys, he just stood there for minutes and minutes, not saying a word. I eventually went up to him, and he started to move, and I screamed like a 4-year-old. Because he did like this. All he did, he went like this. He goes, like that. And I went, oh, no. And I went running in the opposite direction. My family's laughing. The kids are laughing at me. So.
That's so good.
He's so good. And I guess he's known as the Anoka Michael Myers. I got tweets during the radio show. This guy has been doing this
every year?
He's been doing this for years, and he shows up at bars. You'll be sitting at a restaurant, and
Nothing can go wrong with that.
and he'll just be standing there. It's crazy. Well, we're gearing up for this year's Jason Show Halloween celebration again on Thursday. 2 years ago, this one scared the bejeebies out of me. Now, this was, we were promoting the movie It. Look at this. And so much so, there's a sequence, and see this with an audience. There was a sequence, I'm not giving anything away because I won't tell you which cast member. I quit. I'm done with Oh, God.
I love scaring you so much.
Oh, God. Oh, I had to check my pants that day. See, I keep doing this because I don't trust
I'm
you.
here.
I don't
Like, I'm
trust
right
you.
here.
I know, but I mean, are you hiding something back there? Okay, no. Anyway, it's her birthday. Her friends. No, we gotta go. But let me tell you. So I asked her. I go, hey, where did you get the crown? She goes, my friend pulled it out of her back seat. I don't know, Shane. Do you have a crown in your back seat? You do. Of course you do.
Yes,
That's right.
I do.
Still ahead, everybody. She's my queen. Mikayala Holmgren will join us to talk about an event she's hosting in Stillwater when we return. Back after this. You were so happy that day. Look who it is, everybody. Welcome back. Our next guest is one of my favorite people. She is the first woman with Down syndrome to ever compete for Miss Minnesota USA. Before we tell you about her latest fundraiser, check out this video she did with Sephora, which has hundreds of thousands of views already. Look at this.
I love the stage, and I love Sephora. So I walk in, and I see a lot of colorful makeup. Like, you put on, like, sparkles. Sparkles is always fun. I feel more confident, and more beautiful, and it shines through me as a person. The people like us, people have a disability, we can do this.
That's right. She can do anything. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my friend and the woman who will eventually take over the show, Mikayala Holmgren, everybody. Hi, sweetheart. Welcome back. How you doing?
Doing good.
You doing well?
Yeah.
They were telling me before we came on, this is your 4th time on our show. Yes, 4th. Guess what? When you get to the 5th appearance, we buy you a speedboat. You don't care, do you? You don't care. That's fine. How's life? Okay, Sephora, that's a big deal.
Yes, yeah, there's exclusives out there, and I just saw, like, when I get home, I watched the video.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's you! You're doing a Sephora commercial. Did you get that lipstick from Sephora right there, Michaela?
Yeah, that is.
Of course you did! But how cool was that? Did you have fun doing that?
Yeah, and with all the stuff outside one time, it was just walking around and look at makeup.
Yeah.
And then I was with all the adding, like dancing stuff in there.
Because you love to dance. That's your passion.
Yeah, that's my passion. So I just came in a big surprise.
Yes.
And it's so cool. I wrote it out. I would watch it 5 to 6 times.
You watched it. That's all? You should watch it more. It's had hundreds of thousands of people have watched it hundreds of thousands of times.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Can you get me a discount there?
No.
You're so mean, Michaela. Not even a 5% discount? Come on, Michaela. I'm just kidding.
I have to find some fun stuff.
Okay. Speaking of fun stuff, you're doing an event, right? It's called Dreaming Big Without Limits Fashion Show, right?
Yes. So I'm having my fashion show. It's 6 to 9 p.m. Is that in Stillwater.
In Stillwater, yep, the Loft.
At the Loft. Come and join us. We need more tickets at the last minute.
Yeah.
So get your tickets right away.
I love it. Michaela, sometimes people just come on here and they're like, well, if you want to buy tickets, you looked right in the camera and said, y'all better buy your tickets. Yeah, it's at the Loft at Studio J in Stillwater. It's tomorrow night. Doors open at 6. The show is at 6:30. $25. The ticket's $25, and it benefits. I know an organization that means a lot to you, Best Buddies Minnesota.
Yes.
Yes, Best Buddies means a lot to you.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Are you going to be in this fashion show?
Yes, and I am dancing because it's special because I am running it.
Okay, let me get this straight. So you're dancing in it and you're going to be on the runway?
Yeah.
How are you going to do both?
I just want to do it.
Are you going to be, do you know what outfit you're going to wear?
Oh, yeah. Fun.
Is it fun? You like
Yeah.
it? Is it can you give me a sneak preview? Is it a dress or is it pants? What are you doing?
I'm doing a pencil with a nice little top with a jacket.
Okay.
And then my second one.
You're doing two?
Yeah. I do it along the two.
Michaela, you know what you just did to me? You gave me the paw. You went like this. Right there, like that. Well, again, if you guys don't know, Best Buddies, it benefits individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Whenever Michaela's here, we always talk about that. So support it. Tell them one more time. That's your camera right there. Tell them to get your tickets.
Go get your tickets last minute!
Give it up for Mikayala Holmgren, everybody. The Dreaming Big with That Limits Fashion Show is tomorrow night at the Loft at Studio J in Stillwater. For tickets, you better get tickets or Michaela's going to come to your house. Go to eventbrite.com. And if you forget any of this, don't worry. We'll post this a little bit later on our Facebook page. We'll be right back, everybody. Stay with us. You did good, sweetie. You did good. Welcome back, everybody. How great is Michaela?
I just want like half of her energy.
Energy, I know.
I just want give me a little bit.
If you could bottle Michaela's energy and market it,
like
we
a
wouldn't need
necklace?
solar panels. You know what I mean? We would just. She's just like.
Yeah, ray of sunshine.
Ray of sunshine. I love when she's here. Yeah. So go again. You heard her. If you don't get tickets, she's gonna come to your house. I'm pretty sure she's gonna come to your house and. It's going to be Michaela selling you tickets. Hey, speaking of tickets, we have seats available for various shows this week. If you would like tickets, just go to our Jason Show Facebook page, hit that ticket tab, and reserve your spot. You're in by 9:15, you're out by 11:15, and we just have a gosh darn good time. So come see us this week. That's right. We'll be right back, everybody. Back after this.
The Jason Show there.
What? Oh, happy dancing. Welcome back. We're getting a lot of comments on Twitter and Facebook about Bob Saget. Bob basically just, I call it the Suzanne Somers because I'll tell you, executive producer Jeff knows this. When you interview Suzanne Somers and Marlo Thomas, those are the two women, you get no questions in. They literally go like this. Marlo, please welcome Marlo Thomas. And she talks for 5 minutes and the interview's over.
Because they want to get all their points in.
Suzanne Somers is the same way. Those are the two interviews. Bob Saget kind of did that.
Yeah.
Where I didn't really get a question in and people are commenting. Here's my theory, and that is I bet he did not want any questions about Lori Loughlin. So he wanted, and we were warned not to. I would never do that, you know me, and that's not this show.
No.
This isn't 2020,
No.
girl. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna 2020.
We're no
But
Andy Cohen.
No, we're not. I'm not gonna put him in an uncomfortable. He's here to talk about Nashville Squares.
Right.
Where's the transition? And by the way, what do you think of Lori? You know what I mean? There's not a good transition.
But maybe don't do the interview if you're so nervous that you're just going to word vomit on people.
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but for people who don't know, Shane interviewed celebrities and had a whole other career before she came to the Jason Show. Did you ever have an uncomfortable moment with a star? Oh, you're looking at me. Look at me. Did you ever have a moment where either they got mad at you, they shut down an interview, they looked at you awkward?
Many times, yes. Michelle Pfeiffer was really rude. Sorry, I know you love her.
I do love her, but I can see that, though.
She was very unhappy that day.
At you or just life in general?
With everyone, because we talked after, we were all like, whoa, what was that? Cold as ice, man.
Yeah.
And she was no fun. I'm like, why do the interview if you're in such a bad mood?
Yes.
But apparently she was mad about the lighting.
Oh.
And then took it out on everybody that day.
Oh, they will. Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones, horrible.
Oh, yeah, I've heard
horribly
that.
mean.
But did you interview him?
Yes.
Oh.
And it was like interviewing.
Why let him do those?
Oh, I don't know, but he was Oh my goodness, I couldn't wait for that interview to be over. Oh my goodness, and
You
Vince
should have just
Vaughn.
got up early, like, you know what?
Yeah,
It's
I'm
good.
like, why are you even doing it? But anyway, tomorrow on the show, the Thrifty Traveler is back with the latest travel deals for fall and winter. Plus, get ready, producer Ted is reviewing his first Hallmark Christmas movie of the year.
Hallelujah!
It begins, everybody. But for right now, that's going to do it for us. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.